Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Zach. Today we're doing some more Web3 NFT stuff, looking at Virtua Metaverse. I was really interested seeing this pop up on my timeline. Before we do that though, I don't want the YouTube people to think that I'm not interested in VeVe anymore. Yes, my interest has waned, but you know, there's an awesome Disney 626 series coming out in a few days from actually tomorrow. It's going to be blind boxes. We see common, we see uncommon, and we see secret rare. Interesting stuff. List price is 30. We'll go over that a bit later on though. This right now specifically I want to have a look at is the Virtua TVK new face of Metaverse, a gamified metaverse which provides immersive, social, Web3, gaming, digital, collectible, and interactive experiences. We're literally, simply going to scroll down the feed and see what we see. So let's go past the pinned tweet for now. So we have here, wherever Godzilla surfaces, Kong isn't far behind. Is Kong here to protect or destroy? Join the list, etc. Of course, nothing on this channel ever to be financial advice. We're just going through what we see right here. Is there any audio on this? There is no audio on this. That's fine. So what I'm seeing here, because I haven't really fully been looking into all of it, like into depth, but when I see something cool, I think I'll show you. I'll show you. Why not, right? So this is a Kong animation, right? I assume a Terra Virtua, I think, Metaverse thing on Cardano is based. So I do wonder what this even looks like as far as the interactability and interactive stuff is concerned. We have here, the future is here. Godzilla's on Cardano Island and he's got his eyes on our skyscrapers. Get whitelisted, and we can see, I think this is on Unreal Engine. So this is actually a different engine to what VeVe uses, which VeVe uses Unity. This is the Unreal Engine, which Fortnite uses. A bunch of games use this. A lot of film is starting to use this because it's cheaper than live action stuff. But this is what we see right here. It looks really interesting. Of course, the graphics aren't like fully done yet because that's literally just like a build thing. The sneak previews keep on coming. The Cardano Island Social Hub is where you'll be soon able to hang out and socialize. And we can see right here a preview of sorts where what in the world is going on right here? What's going on? What? I don't actually know what this is, to be honest with you. I assume that the first thing that comes across my head when I see this is like social hangout, right? We have different, for lack of a better term, robots hanging out in what I would maybe define as a third place, being the place that you hang out generally, maybe after work or something, just to relax, chill out, etc., which is a social place, which is where a lot of people are in general, right? In the real world, that might be a pub, a restaurant, a park, wherever, right? So what will be interesting to see is, you know, will we be playing, and I don't know, maybe this information is already out there and I haven't researched it enough, but will we be playing as these robots? And actually, I want to be careful by saying playing because, you know, it is gamification in some ways, but will we be interacting as, I think is the better word around this, because I wouldn't say this is play so much, even though it literally says playground right there. You know, it's just more just literally hanging out, right? Chilling and all that good stuff. Pure Talent, join our Discord and stay tuned for more news about our metaverse. I actually realized that as I'm scrolling down, this might look like a sponsored post. I've never spoken with anyone behind this project. I literally actually really looked at this like yesterday. I think actually a few days ago I saw Cavell tweeting about how interesting it looks, and I thought, well, you know, he's been really interested in VeVe all this time. If he's talking about something else, I would imagine that part of that is because VeVe isn't, you know, using up all the attention right now. So it's definitely worth having a look at other things going on here. So this guy or gal is essentially, I assume, basically working on the metaverse as far as, and when we say working on the metaverse, realistically what we're talking about here is the 3D assets, the scene that you can essentially interact with. Our V-Flex Jetman game progress is running smoothly, pun intended. Okay, so this actually right here, I see a robot right here that looks very much like the robot we have right here, so I assume that this is connected, which would make sense in a metaverse setting. So we have here a game, basically. Check out the latest gameplay footage below. So let's have a look at this, because gaming is kind of my area. I like video games, and I work in video games. So let's have a look. So we have here downloading resources as the starting screen. And then we have here this little robot where we have different options: play settings, leaderboard, store, character selection, and player profile. We have a name right here with some sort of score, I imagine. So let's go a bit further in maybe and see. These are just the animations right now. Is Twitter just not on? Why can't I hear this? Is there literally just no audio on any of this stuff? Okay, so we have here NFT selection. So choose character, the Terraborg, or you may test. We have stats, sort of as you would see with any other game, where you have like, the stats for health, maybe combat ability, whatever it might be in a fighting game. Here we have speed, strength, and power. So I do wonder how these attributes, affect the gameplay itself. But let's go a bit further in, and hopefully we actually see select the mode below, run by run, and multiplayer. So I assume the run by run is a single player thing. So here we go. We're in this, what looks like some sort of spaceship. Okay, we have a robot that is, maybe there's some storyline and lore behind this that I'm not aware of, but essentially we have a robot going through this spaceship. I assume that, the more coins you collect, the more of a score you have. We can see right here, up here is I guess the score number. And so I just saw there actually that there was like a barrier. My guess is that if you hit the barrier, it's game over, maybe. This is a very basic game, but games don't have to be super complicated for it to be fun, right? You have games like Fortnite that are super complicated, but then you have stuff like Pong, which does really well. So we have there another opponent, basically, right there, that you have to get past, it seems like. It would be cool to actually hear some of the stuff that's going on here. I don't know if there's any sound effects. So that looks like we're in a new level now where the doors open. I don't know. That just is what I assume. And I think that's basically the essence of the gameplay. So we have here at the end the game over screen, distance covered, the multiplier of the score, I guess, achievements multiplier, and how many coins, and then the score all together. I do wonder what exactly, what the aspects and elements of this game is. Is there more to it? Is there like a social leaderboard, etc.? But I feel like all of that right now is not necessarily like what we've seen here specifically. I'm going to be really honest, this is not, as everyone I think basically could admit here, this isn't exclusive to Web3. This is a standard video game. Of course, it'll be interesting to see how it, it evolves. I mean, to be fair, I say there is a leaderboard right here. Okay, cool. Now, to be fair, we did see that there was an NFT selection and things. So, in VeVe, for example, would we be able to play as our collectibles, as Spider-Man, as Superman, etc., etc.? That would be interesting. But this is on Cardano. I don't know how cross-chain all that crap works, but we'll figure that out later on. And then they want me to sign in. Okay, well, how far are we in? We're in like 7 minutes. That being said, what are your thoughts on everything we're seeing here? I'm actually considering just going through one more thing, which I will use my signed in thing for, which I want to have a look at the co-founder of Virtua interview to see what they have to say about all of this.
It's about the real world and the virtual world. Well, not really. I would say the physical world and the virtual world come together to make the real world now. That's kind of what happens, right? When you go into these spaces, you want other people to be there, but what if there's not? And because we are quite early, there's not a ton of people using Web3 Metaverse just yet. So we have this concept of non-player characters that are going to be part of Virtua and part of Cardano Island. And what you'll be able to do with those NPCs is you'll be able to take the metadata from an NFT that you own and map it onto a model that exists within Virtua and have some interesting interactions with them. And we've been talking to a couple of really cool companies that are doing some cool stuff with AI. But, we've all been there when we've been to the game and there's a character and you can interact with it, even at a basic level, but you just don't feel alone. You will have different types of slots. So you might get a piece of land that allows you to have 5 NPCs on it. Or you might get a piece that allows you to do 1. But the idea is that, we're populating this world with these NPCs using the NFTs that you already have. We've also got the Summit NFTs.
Okay, so a question I have, and I ask this to you, the people watching this video, because I don't know. I haven't done much research on this at all. I probably will do more research on it at some point. But do you know if you can bring NFTs from other chains? Because I know this is based on Cardano and we see the logo right here. But, if it's only on Cardano, does that mean that we're not going to be able to see NFTs that are based on, on ETH and stuff like that? I mean, maybe we will. Maybe that cross-chain thing is a thing. I don't know. I haven't been looking into it too much.
So that's something very unique.
Because this will be limiting, right, if it's only on Cardano.
And one of the two or three unique things in Cardano Island. So the Summit NFT slots, and you can have up to 7 because there were 7. And based upon what you have, and if you're able to populate all of those, there's special types of bots that you can receive. There's also really exciting structures that are inspired by those NFTs as well, that won't exist anywhere except for Cardano Island, because, everyone in the teaser, they've seen the cool structures that we created. But as a labor of love, we've made these amazing structures that you can only access, you can only have, and only own.
Okay.
If you have the Summit NFTs and if you're on Cardano.
Okay. So a question I actually have is, I just realized at the start of the video we looked at Kong, right, or Godzilla, whichever one. Well, here's Kong. So do we? I'm not part of it. Does like this metaverse have the license for that? How does all of that work? That's something I'm interested in actually, because if they have the license for that, then that goes further. If they have the license for the Godzilla Kong IP, I'm not actually sure who owns that IP, but they're going to own more than just that IP. I'm sure there's other stuff coming. What are your thoughts? Let me know in the comments below. It's been a while since I've uploaded this channel. I do have more things that I want to post on it. I'm actually editing a video that's taking a while, but either way, we'll go over more of it soon. VeVe still interested, but want to see more, honestly. That being said, what are your thoughts? Let me know.